Hi everyone, and welcome to Gwyn Collects. So in this video, we are going to be going through the making of my collection room with a Billy Bookcase building, lighting, securing to the wall, door, everything tutorial. I'm going to show you guys start to finish how I took my Billy Bookcases from the absolute disaster that was the Billy Bookcase build-off and turn them into an almost built-in beautiful setup that I am obsessed with. So I'm so excited for today's video. It's gonna be long, so I hope you guys are ready. It's kind of a random video where I just vlogged all of my parts in the process, so it's not like super polished or anything, but I think it's fun and I think it really shows you guys the process I went through for this collection. Tune in to the next video in this series if you'd like to see the finished bookshelves. Oh, they look so good. I do show you guys a little sneak peek at the end of this video though, so yeah. Let's get right into it. I'm so excited for today. So before we get into the bookshelf building, I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what was in this room before. There was this really like bizarre window thing with a desk attached. So that was the first step when we were redoing the collection room, was to rip that out, build a frame, and fill in the wall. So we did that, and honestly, it worked out so well. I'm so glad we were able to separate the rooms. That window was like very strange. So I had my brother Max, he's there, and my dad Collects. He's also there to help in this clip. And Graham was there for like a split second ripping the desk out if you didn't notice. So, and this is me being excited that the hole is almost gone. So this is the color we chose. It is the Bare Whitewater Bay color, I guess. We got it at Home Depot. I really like it. It's like this really nice soft green. Looks nice with like lamps. I don't know. It's a really nice color. I'm super happy with how it turned out. And it went on pretty well. I don't know. Have no complaints. So once the hole was gone and the room was painted, it was time to build the bookcases. You can check out how we built them in the last video I posted. Okay, so due to the mishaps last night with this one where it got ripped compared to these guys, I actually feel like I prefer the look of the bookshelf with no back. So my plan is to keep these backless. I really like how the green paint comes through. And then it also allows us to like have access to all of the outlets and stuff, which I really like. So when we did round 2, we did backless. So these ones have no back. Now our basement is like a bi-level basement, which is where like half of the basement is below grade and then a half is above. So it does have this like ledge. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do here. I might add like a trim piece just to fill in like this gap behind. Like maybe I'll add a piece right here of just like white. I'll paint it. We'll see. But I'm super, super happy with how these look. I think they're gonna look so good. I feel like you guys will agree that this just looks better. Also, then like I can have cables and stuff that hang down for lighting because there's like a space here. Whereas like with these, I mean, there is kind of a gap because this is like just cheaply on there, but I don't know. I really like just the see-through look. I feel like they'll look more built in this way as well. So I'm really excited about this. One advantage if I leave this like ledge too, is that these shelves will actually be deeper. Because like the Billy bookcases are only a foot deep. Like they're not very deep. So for really deep figures, I'm not gonna have as much space to put them in here. Like they won't fit. So I feel like if I leave kind of this bulkhead thing, I'll have room on these shelves to put like deeper figures. Like my wedding dress 02, she'll be able to fit here because it's actually deeper than the shelf was originally intended to be. I don't know. I don't think it'll look that weird once all the figures are on it. And I just really like the green showing through. So I have a plan. So I did a little test piece right here, as you guys can see on this one, because the back was already messed up. So I was like, I'm gonna test on this one anyway. And what I did is I took some drywall mud from filling in that wall, and I just filled in this gap, like really roughly. I'll probably do a second coat. And I think it looks so good. So I think it'll be quite a bit of work, but I'm gonna go around and just mud all of these gaps and see how it turns out. I think it'll just make everything look a lot more finished. And then once I pick the shelf heights that I want, I'm going to fill in all these extra holes as well. And it'll just look like very seamless and nice, I think. Ta-da! It looks so good, wall to wall. I'm so happy. Let me put in 0.5. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my god. I can't believe they fit. I had to do a lot of shimmying. And this guy's still not quite perfect. I think this is the best I'm gonna get. It is in there. Oh my god, I'm so happy though. And then once I secure them all together, I'll make sure they're all like straight and upright, and it's gonna look Amazing, I'm so happy. Look at all this figure space. Ah. Cannot wait to fill these with the glass shelves, the lighting, the doors. It's gonna look amazing. I'm so excited. So current update on the Billies. We've got them, first of all, we have got them secured to the wall. So now there's no falling onto me and destroying my whole collection. And we have some doors on. So I ended up getting the Hogbo doors. So they're just like the really nice thin glass doors that IKEA has now. And I think they look so good. Oh, I managed to wedge the one wide in here. So we just have to secure them together. But I'm so happy with how these are turning out. I really love that I left the green in behind. I just think it looks so nice. And honestly, much nicer than the white would have looked. I guess also, I finished all of the mudding. So you can't really see that white piece in the back anymore. I think it actually turned out really well. I'm super, super happy with it. I think these are beginning to really come together. But yeah, I feel like these are really coming together to just look amazing. So yeah, I need more doors for these two. Also need to secure those two. And then it'll be time for the lighting. And I'm going to do a lighting tutorial as well. I have no idea how I'm going to organize all of these home reno videos. I think I'll put all of this into one, like the Billy Bookcase extravaganza. It might be a two-parter, one with the competition and then this one with all the modifications that I'm making, but I'm so excited. Also, IKEA got the glass shelves in stock. I just have like a pile of all of the shelves that were in these. Like, look how many there are here. IKEA got finally some glass shelves in stock because I really want to do glass shelves in all of these instead of the white. But doing the math, honestly doing the math, it's gonna be so expensive, you guys. I don't know what I was thinking with this. Let me open the window. Look at some better lighting. So I was looking at the IKEA website and like, I always knew I wanted to do the glass shelves because I want to do lighting and then glass shelves so the lighting like actually comes down. Because if I use the solid shelves, I'm gonna have to buy lighting for like each row. But if I get the glass shelves, I can just put it at the top, you know? So I was like, yeah, I'll get the glass shelves and the lighting. I never actually looked at how much a glass Billy Bookcase insert costs. Like just a one shelf. They're $20 each. And I'm thinking like for most of these, I'm gonna need at least two. So if it's at least two, we have at least two in the short ones, at least 4 in the tall ones. Which would mean like 4 times 2 is 8 in the short ones, and then I need 4 times 4, which is what, 16? See guys, I'm an engineer, you know. I've always been, random aside, I've always been horrendous at mental math. I don't know why, I'm just so bad at it. I'm good at like rules of thumb and like seeing values and seeing numbers like on my engineering exams where I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But if someone goes like do 4 times 4, I'm like, I gotta think about it for a second. Anyway, don't mind me. But yeah, so I'm gonna need, what was that, like 16 plus 8? I'm gonna need like at least 24 glass shelves, which at $20 a piece is $480. Didn't really think that one through, but I really want them. Plus then I have to buy the lighting, and I think I'm gonna just do the integrated IKEA lighting for now. I was thinking about doing something RGB, but I really like the IKEA stuff and it'll be nice to be able to control it. And I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how I feel. I'm gonna test it out and see, and then if I don't like it, I'll take it back. But problem is those lights cost $20 a pop as well. And I wanna do like 1 in each of the short guys and then 2 in each of the tall ones. So again, these modifications are getting crazy. Even the Hogbo doors, I think they're $70 a door, at least for the tall ones. I can't remember what the short ones are, maybe 50. Anyway, what I thought was gonna be my cheap bookcase inserts have turned into a very expensive bookcase after adding all the mods. But honestly, with how it's turning out, I'm so happy. And my $2,000 Billy Bookcase shelves are gonna look fantastic, so. Okay, so I thought I had my plan all done. I did put some figures in here. We sneak peek. We have some I have this strip right now, light strip in here, and I was like, it looks good. Like I was quite pleased with this. I did think it was like slightly dimmer, but it wasn't too bad. And then it goes to like a USB, which is just plugged in behind this guy here. Right, this one doesn't have doors yet, but I kind of wanted to see if I could use one of the other lighting solutions from IKEA, because they have more like integrated ones that have like a hub where you can connect a bunch. So I could have them all connected. Plus it's white, so it matches better. And then this is the light that I ended up picking up. And I honestly think it looks way better. It lights it up so much more. Like, that light's on, but it doesn't even look like it compared to this one. So I think I'm actually gonna switch. These are the, what is it? This is the MIT LED from IKEA. Now these only come in like a warm white. They probably look pretty bright on camera, but it's more of a warm white. They look really nice. Like, you can kind of see the warmth here. So I think I'm gonna go with those. It's gonna look way nicer because I have the hub. Also, their cables are much longer, 3.5 meters. I'm still not sure if it's gonna reach. I think I'm gonna have to do 2 hubs, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with these guys. I think I'll show you how I put them up. So here is the light when it's turned off. It's just really simple, white. I think it looks really nice. I think these ones only come in white. IKEA does have some that come in black though, so if you have black shelves, you could get a black light. It's not quite the full width. Let me put it in 0.5 here. It's not quite the full width of the Billy, but I think it looks just fine. And it's just gonna stick up at the top, so it'll be pretty seamless. I think it's gonna look really, really nice. And then I'm just gonna run this cable down like the side back there. And then I think I'm actually gonna put the hub in that one where X10 is over there, because I might be able to get all the cables to reach. And if not, I'll put the hub in this one and then do these 4. And then those ones will go into, this is our electrical panel here, and it does have a little plug-in. So I'll probably just drill a hole in the side of that and have another hub in that plug-in. But if I can get them all into the same hub, that would be ideal. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, I think too, this will just fit, like this part, the actual hub. I'm hoping it'll just fit like tucked in. Let me try. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll be able to like disguise that so nicely. I think you won't even see it. I'm actually super happy that I took the backs off of all of the Billies. I think they just look so much better without the backs. And it's making it so much easier to run all the lighting between, because I can just go through. They have little, I don't even know if I can show you guys, but the Billies have like little baseboard arches. It's really hard to see. Maybe I'll put a picture on the screen. But basically the Billies have these little baseboard arches so that they sit flush against your wall. But my baseboards are smaller than the arches, so I'm able to pass cables through between them. So it's working out super well. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. So to put the MIT LED up, it's super easy. It just comes with these like little plastic pieces, and you can see here, and they just like pop into the back. So this back has like a ridge. You guys see that? And they just pop in, and you just screw them in. So they come with 2 screws and then a bit. And they do say you can hand screw it in. That is like actually insane. I hate IKEA saying you can just like hand screw stuff in, because even though this is weak, like this is just like particle board, I get it, but like you cannot hand screw into that. It's insane. You can like, you have to use so much strength. It's just stupid. So using a drill is definitely the way to go if you have one. And they give you the bit. So this bit actually came with the light. So I'm gonna have a lot of these bits lying around. So my plan is I'm just going to measure a depth. I got my measuring tape, but now it's, oh, here it is. So my plan is I'm going to measure a depth. I'm not sure. When I put this one in, I put it probably like, I don't know, a couple inches back, and I think it's in a nice spot. So I think I'm going to measure. I did want to do this just to see. This solution here for lighting costs $5.99. So one of these strips is a meter long, so I just had to cut off a little bit. Costs $5.99, okay, for that. And then you just need like, it terminates in a USB type A. So you just need to get like a plug-in, like a phone charger, anything will work. So if you want something cheap that still looks, I think, super nice, this is totally a good option. But these are a bit more expensive. One of these light strips was $27. I got the longest length, the 61 centimeter. And then you also have to buy the hub. I got the 30 watt hub, so it's bigger because I want to run lots of lights to it. And that was, I think, $35. You also have to buy the power cable and these little cables to actually connect to the lights from the hub. And these are $3.99, I think, and the power cable was, I'm not sure how much the power cable was. Suffice to say, if you want a really affordable solution, $5.99, you're done. This was about, I guess one of these will be $30 per shelf, plus you need to get the hub and the cables. So yeah, it is a lot more expensive, but I do think it looks way better. And it just is going to be a lot more seamless with like these smaller pieces that I can just like tuck behind instead of having to figure out how I'm going to connect all the USBs in like a USB hub. I couldn't find any that were as like slim and like small as this. So I don't know. I think this does look better, but for price, I think this is honestly the winner. Oh, also this you can connect to your phone. I'm switching back to my times one camera. This you can connect to your phone on the IKEA app and control them through your phone, which is really nice. My plan for these is I was gonna install a smart plug-in right here that I can control with like Google Home. I might still do that so I can turn them on and off with Google Home. But that is one thing. These have no smartphone connectivity, so you'd need to get like an external plug or use the switch. There's also the switch. But if you want to have something that's like automatic on and off, you'd need to buy like a smart plug or something. Whereas this, I'll directly be able to control with my phone. So that's kind of cool too. So yeah, I've just gone in, held my measuring tape like this, 2 inches, and just traced a line, 2 little lines, kind of near the edges, but kind of not too far to the edge because this doesn't reach the entire span. Oh my god, it's all tangled up in the wires. It doesn't reach the entire span, so I just put 2 lines and then I'm going to line these guys up with them and screw them in. Okay, I had some findings while I was doing this. So it's really hard to drill. Like, again, they tell you to drill it by hand in the instructions. Literally impossible. So what I did is I got a really tiny drill bit, 1/16. I think a drill bit that's 5/64 would also work, but 1/16 worked perfectly. I just drilled a little pilot hole for it and then screwed the screw in with this guy. I actually got a little too excited and I popped this on before I could show you guys what it looks like screwed in. But anyway, it looks perfect. This one I did without drilling a pilot hole, and as you can see, it's on a little bit crooked and I can't get it quite flush, but it's fine. If you drill the pilot hole, you get that really nice flush look. So I'm very pleased. I think it looks a lot better than the strip light, so I think I'm definitely gonna go with these. So I've put the lighting and moved a few figures into the taller Billies. I still don't have my clear shelves, so we're dealing with just this for right now. I also have some cool little updates I've done since the last time I filmed a clip for this video. So I put the lights in. So for the short ones, I just put 1 along the top of all of them. But for these ones, I had to do 2 because the tall Billies have 2, like a non-removable shelf in the middle. So they do need 2, but honestly, I don't think the light would reach all the way down anyway. So I think 2 is your best bet. And then it keeps it consistent because there's 2 running all the way along this whole thing. Anyway, the lights are all in. As you can see, they look very nice. And I've also done my cable management. So for all of these, they do come with one of these cable management strips, but they only come with 1, which personally I don't think is enough for all of this cable. So I actually went to IKEA and I picked up this. So I picked this up, and this is just one of their like connector sets. No, not connector sets, like cord organizer sets, the Trixig. And it comes with a couple different options, so I'll show you those right now. So they were better spaced out before I just chucked a bunch of random stuff in here, but it comes with these cord organizers that actually like nail in. Then they have big ones and then these like smaller ones here, as you can see. And then they also came with these sticky ones. So they come in black and in white. I didn't use the black ones obviously because they're black and all my setup is white. But I used the white ones pretty much everywhere on the setup. So I don't think this set comes with black ones with nails, which is kind of annoying if you have like a whole black setup. But I guess you could paint them black or just use these if you really needed to. But that's essentially what I did here. So you can see I used the organizer that comes with the cables and then used the white stick-on ones for a lot of these. So they just keep all of the cables. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's fine. Like, let's be real, it's never going to be perfect. For these tall ones, I had to run the cables down, obviously, because the hubs are located, I've kind of run them all. This one actually has a hub. So this is what the hubs look like that I showed in the previous footage. They just tuck here. Because there's a baseboard, I can't push it all the way down. I'm sorry, there's a bunch of figures in here now. But because there is a baseboard, I can't push it all the way down, but I honestly think it's pretty good. And then all of the lights just connect to this little hub. Can you see it there? That's the little hub right there with all of the lights connected. So I've just tucked it back
here, but I can just pop it out if I ever need to replace a light. But again, when you don't put the backs on these, just tucks right in so nicely. Again, you can see where I secured these all to the wall. I'm filming this part of the video post uploading my Billy Bookcase build off video, hence why I have a cold in these clips that I'm talking in now. But so many people in my Billy Bookcase video were like, you know your shelves aren't going to be like stable anymore because you took out the backs, blah blah blah. I know. If you guys did not know, removing the backs to all the Billy Bookcases does make them like way less stable, but for two reasons that's not an issue here. And if you're doing a kind of built-in style system like this, it won't be an issue for you either, because all of my shelves are butted up right against the wall here. So like from this end all the way across to that end, they all are butted up against the wall. So obviously they're all sandwiched, so they're not gonna shake like left and right. And then they could tip forward, and you should, even if you put the backs on your Billies, you really should secure them to the wall using the brackets provided. So just one is enough. Like, this is not going anywhere. Just make sure you use a stud finder, find your stud. You can see I made a mark right here. Find your stud and screw it into the stud in your wall so that you make sure that you are not going to have any tipping Billies and breaking all your figures, you know? Another modification I made that I'm loving is I actually nailed some of these cable organizers, these bigger ones, into the bookshelf. Be careful though, because these bigger ones, the nail is actually longer than the bookshelf. The nail comes like right to the tip, so it's actually deeper than the bookshelf. So make sure you don't nail all the way through. You can see I have some nail hanging out there. But if you nail these in, you can actually hang wall scrolls. And like is this a B2 size? I think it's a B2 size. Let me lean back a bit. The B2 size wall scroll fits literally perfectly. Let me stand up here. Whoa, I'm tripping over everything. Yeah, the B2 size wall scroll literally fits so perfectly and looks so good in the spaces. So yeah, I've put those in a bunch of these. I do have some lewd figures, so I'm just gonna move rather fast past those ones, but these are all safe for work here. I've also decided on like a rough placement for the glass shelves. So the glass Billy shelves you buy separately, and they actually attach using a different mechanism to the wood shelves. The wood shelves rest on little metal things, but these actually sandwich, as you can see. And I ran into a huge issue with these that I want to mention to all of you if you guys are thinking about doing something like this. These doors, the Hogbo doors, and I'm sure other doors too, if you put the doors on first, you can't actually get the glass shelves in because like the doors are a little bit, they're not flush with the edge when they're open. So the glass shelves like hit if you try to slide them in like directly to get them in between the sandwiches. So yeah, it was brutal. I put all the doors on and then went to put the glass shelves in, and they didn't fit, so I had to take all the doors off and put the shelves in. And I'll have to do that for the tall ones over there because I don't have the glass shelves for those ones yet, and the doors are on, so that really sucks. So just a word to the wise, put your doors on, or put your glass shelves in first, then put your doors on. Any other shelf should be fine because they're not sandwiched. These ones all just rest on ones, so you can just like kind of tip it and put it in. But because the glass shelves slide in to those little sandwich clips, you need to put the glass shelves in first, then put your doors on, just so you know. Anyway, I've decided on the placement for these glass shelves, so I'm going to show you guys how I plan on hiding all of these extra holes here. And I'm going to be using just some caulking. This will hopefully work. It's supposed to be white. I couldn't find any that like specifically said that it was matte, so we'll have to see. I think the mud that I did, the drywall mud, turned out pretty great, so I'm hoping that the caulking turns out just as good. My plan is to just put a little bit on and then just kind of wipe it off with my thumb. So I'm gonna try that right now. I've just got you guys set on one of my shelves right here. So I've cut the top off this tube, and I'm just gonna try and fill it. Let's do this one so you guys can see. So I just squirted it in there. I'm just gonna do this. Maybe use a little bit extra to try and make it more flush. And of course, it doesn't need to look perfect up close, just something that's gonna look a little bit more finished once the shelves are done. And maybe a second coat will be needed with this, we'll see. So here it is. I present to you all a finished bookshelf. This is what the final result's gonna look like. I haven't filled in all of the holes, so I haven't done like this side yet, but I filled them in on this side, and I think it makes it look just so much cleaner,
so much more finished and so much more custom. I still need to do a second coat on a few of them. I did a second coat on these guys and I think it just looks perfect. So yeah, I thought I would show you guys at least one finished one. I don't want to spoil it all, so you guys will have to wait to see the full collection and all of the shelves finished in the next part of this series, but oh, I'm so excited. I think they just turned out so good. I love everything about this. The lighting turned out great. Secured to the wall, we've got our wall scroll, our cable management. This is where one of the switches is to turn on the lights. They plug in to this one, the wall in this one, but there's a bunch of lewd figures in the way. Now, actually, I guess I'll show you guys this one last thing before we finish up today's video. So one really nice thing about the Hogbo doors is they actually come with these inserts. So these inserts are white on one side. So the inserts are either black on one side. I can't show what's inside the cabinet here, but they're black on one side and white on the other. So they're quite nice for that. So basically what you can do is they just sandwich in. So you just clip them in behind the doors and then you can put like pictures and whatever you want in front of them, which I think is just such a cute idea. So I did that here. I added a bunch of art prints and I just love how it turns out. So if I ever have people over and I don't want them to see the lewd collection behind this these doors, I can just pop these in and it's perfect. So it'll be great for main channel videos. Obviously on Patreon, I'll be able to remove these, but for anything on the main channel, I'll be able to just hide all of my lewd figures in here. So I'm really happy with how these look. So yeah, those are two of the finished cabinets here. You'll get to see the rest very soon in the next part of the series, and you'll also get to see how I moved a bunch of these figures here because that was a real challenge. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys are as excited about the results of these as I am. I cannot wait to show you the final finished room. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was more of a kind of disjointed video. It was just a bunch of clips from my whole process in making these. That's just kind of how the process went. It was me having an idea, trying it out, seeing how it went, and then filming it for you guys. So it's been as much of a learning experience for me as it has for all of you. But I hope you learned something. I hope you got some tips, some inspiration for your collections, etc. I'm so happy with how these shelves are turning out. I cannot wait to show you guys my full collection. If you're wondering what's going to go in this room behind me, I'm actually going to put my Detolfs right here. I'm super excited to move them. That is the thing I'm probably most scared to move, so they're coming last, and there's still a bunch of figures in them. I think I've moved about 75% of my collection at this point, but there's still quite a few to go, so you'll be seeing that video very soon. I'm excited. It's been fun to film the moving video. But yeah, this has been a long time coming. I wanted to publish this video last week, but there were still some things I wanted to finish up with these and some clips I wanted to film. So hopefully you guys learned something. I had a lot of fun filming this. It's a little bit less of a tutorial than my Detolf lighting tutorial was. But yeah, I was also learning along the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you take any inspiration from my bookshelves today, or honestly, you just want to show me your cool collection setup to give me some inspiration for this room, you can send those my way. You can tag me on the Broken Figures Discord, which is linked in the description below, or on Twitter, or wherever else you can reach me. My figure collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot wait for the rest of this series. Thank you so much to my patrons over on Patreon, and a huge thank you to all of my Chica tier patrons, 22 mods, 22 MODZ, not 100% sure how to say that one, Chance, Retro Richie, Leon Blade, Remember June, Melinda, and Ryomi. Thank you all so much for your support. As always, I hope you all have a very wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!